All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about the general section of the settings app on your iPad. So let's all go to the settings app, and then I want you to click on general. It's this one right here. And I want you to see all the options you have here. And we're going to go through them all. The top one is about. What's great about the about section is you can see it tells you the model number and name of your iPad. It tells you the serial number. And it tells you like when Apple Care expires and a lot of other things. It also tells you the name of your iPad right here. It tells you stuff about like your capacity of the iPad, how much of that capacity is available. So there's a lot of stuff in the about section. It's basically everything about your iPad. All right, now we're going to go to the software update section. And one thing I'd encourage you to do in software update is to turn on automatic updates. And so what that's going to do is at night it's going to update your iPad while you're asleep. Now when you get to this section, if your iPad's not up to date, go ahead and update it. All right, let's keep going. The next section is AirDrop. Now if I'm you, I turn on AirDrop for everyone. That way it's easy for people to airdrop things to you. But if you're, say, in a subway and you're getting a ton of people airdrop you stuff, you can turn receiving to off so that you don't receive any airdrops. Or you can make it where only people in your contacts list can airdrop you. I like to keep mine on everyone. All right, let's keep going. We're going to skip handoff. Let's go to the dock, multitasking and dock. And this is just some options for gestures and stuff. Really nothing here. I would just make sure everything's on in this screen. And then let's go to accessibility. Now accessibility's got some neat options. For example, you can turn voiceover on if you want for the visually impaired. It also allows you to control how fast the iPad will read the screen to you. So you can say I want it to read the screen a little faster or a little slower. Right? So you've got some options there. You can also zoom in, so you can turn on where you can zoom into the screen. You can use a magnifier if you want. And there's a bunch of other stuff, like if you want your text to be a little bit larger, you can control that here. There's also things for people who are colorblind in here. So I would encourage you just to kind of hang out and mess with some of these. But for example, one of them would be the home button, right? You can control the click speed and whether or not it activates Siri. So that's just some basics in accessibility. You can click on, now let's all go to where it says iPad storage. And it's going to show you that your iPad, my iPad, has 32 gigs of available storage and 23 of them are being taken. And you can see where my storage is being used. The majority of it's coming from apps, right? So here's a place that you could control your iPad storage, delete things if you want to delete them. There's some apps where you could possibly delete the apps if you want to. And then let's click on date and time. And just make sure that you have where it says set automatically right here. Make sure you have this on. And make sure you have your time zone. Probably you won't need to set it. It'll probably do it as Chicago, which is good. In the keyboard section, you can control the type of keyboard you have. If you want an emoji keyboard or an alternate language, like a Spanish keyboard or something like that. You've got some other options here to automatically capitalize stuff or to check spelling. I really have never messed with this much except to add an emoji keyboard. But if I spoke 2 languages, I might add a keyboard for my second language here. And the last thing is if you ever want to reset your iPad. So at the very bottom you have a reset. And the choice reset all content and settings, reset all settings. The top one, that's not, we really don't ever use that. But if you want to erase your iPad completely, like out of box, that would be this one. Erase all content and settings. So that's a good one to have. If, say you don't need your iPad anymore and you're turning it in, you can choose erase all content and settings and it'll wipe the iPad just like if it came new from the store. So what I want you to do now is I want you to go back to the software update section and take a screenshot. And then on your screenshot in red, I want you just to circle that your iPad's either up to date or needs to be updated, and click done and save to photos. And I want you to submit that screenshot where you circled your iOS version as proof you did the assignment.